Hello, welcome back. Whew. Sorry about the delay of upcoming videos. I've been busy with things, more or less laziness all around, but yeah, just trying to get back into my workout routine. It's been a long time since I worked out, gained weight, uh, hitting dumbbells and push-ups and stuff like that, all the good old school type workout material. Of course, gotta have my music, definitely Rocky, my training montage, if you will. But we're not here to talk about that. We're going to talk about The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Came out in 1954, I believe, year before my mother was born. Damn baby boomers. But The Hobbit, I gotta say, this J.R. Tolkien really wrote what is the modern idea of fantasy, of high fantasy, of what we take in today, like in Dungeons and Dragons, is very inspired by Tolkien's works, and so is World of Warcraft and many other things, Warhammer, from the orcs to the elves to the dwarves and so on and so forth. He really did communicate that idea that dwarves and elves don't get too long, yet man's in the middle somewhere, and halflings or hobbits. It's the only place where they're known as hobbits. Everywhere else it's halflings, zombie, ghoul, goblin, orc, hobbit, halfling, Michael Bay, Antichrist, stuff like that. Pardon me. I tried to read this book back in middle school, I remember, and I remember the copy of the book we had at our library was falling apart. It just, like, the pages were coming out. It wasn't a hardcover at all. It was a soft cover. It wasn't that fancy new re-released one where it has that beautiful painting or that beautiful picture of Hobbit in front of Smaug, partially translucent because of the ring. No, this is like an old, like, reprint edition. Probably came out in the mid 80s or something like that, because, the Tolkien books have been reprinted over and over again. Sip of coffee, but, I loved this book. It was so fun. It was so lighthearted in aspects. It was such a great, LARP. It truly was a fantastical adventure, and I enjoyed every minute of going through the book. And being lazy fuck as I am, I did listen to the audiobook version of it while thumbing through my own personal copy that I have. It's from the local library. I'm lazy like that, and just, I enjoy audiobooks because I'm a busy guy, kind of. And I like to listen to audiobooks when I'm grinding, playing a video game, but I can't do that right now because as of late, the past almost 2 weeks now, a little bit over that, I guess, my TV has died, so no video game fun for me. It's like, eep. So yeah, I've been playing more PC-oriented video games more lately, and listening a lot more radio. But anyway, personal matters in the review. You people don't care. What I really enjoyed was that there's so many different aspects of races and cultures they mixed into here, and the songs are fantastic that Tolkien's written and put into this book. The love and just how much the minute details really shine in the scripts of the story. And I really do love the aspect that Bilbo Baggins is an unlikely hero. He's a middle-aged, plump, but a kindly fat person. Well, not too fat, but, average build, a couple pounds on him. Well, he was fat, kind of out of shape. As to all hobbits are round in the middle. And he's a hobbit. They're like 3'2" or 3'6". Like the tallest hobbit ever recorded was 4'5", I think it said in the book. And yeah. And I really like that. It's very different from what we come today as the prototypical fantasy hero, which Conan is Conan was hey Conan Conan. It's Titus, not Titus. It's not Tifa. It's Tifa. However, um, mispronunciations of names. I mispronounced that. Of Bilbo of Conan were very kind of like Fabio esque type gorgeousness to him, but I'm not saying Conan's like that. It's just that whole parody of it's very become a self parody of that now. But I really do like that. He's very much an unlikely hero, and Gandalf really shines in here as a mentor and kind of the referee of things to help in situations that call upon him. And probably one of my favorite things in the book that happens in the very beginning, the very much where Gandalf meets Bilbo, and Bilbo says, "Good morning," and Gandalf says, "Good morning. Do you mean this is a good morning to be on? A particular morning to be good? Or is this, it's just like," and he really just dissects what Bilbo just said, just a simple, kind gesture. And of course, Bilbo replies, "All of them at once." And it just really kind of seemed that it made Gandalf seemed very cryptic, yet not cryptic, but very much a man who really takes weight in words and analyzes that, and I like that. And of course, we got the other cast of characters, the dwarves, Thorin, and all the others, Balin and Dwalin, Bofer and Bifer, Fili and Kili, and Bomba, and there's many others in there. There's 14 of them, so you got one Hobbit, a wizard, and 14 dwarves. Most unbalanced D&D party ever. All these dwarves, and they're not, well, not particularly fighting dwarves, but more so common dwarves that just use mining equipment. And Gandalf, the magic that they use in here is very restrained, and I like that. It's not more like he's summoning giant energy blasts to blow away enemies. It's very subtle and I like that kind of, like how in the first Conan film, the magic is subtle, and I like that. But deadly. There's so many great aspects to this book, the humor and the darkness, and Bilbo really gets to shine as a very competent hero at points, as when he saves his friends, I think 3 times in the book, and it's just really neat, and just how clever he is, and all the characterizations here are really fascinating, and I just love the very discussions of food. It's the small things that add dimension that I love. I love in books, just simple talk about food really adds so much more depth to your characters, and I love that. It's probably another reason why I like the filler in Dragon Ball Z at some points, when you got these people who have these earth-cracking abilities, these earth-shattering Goliath powers, yet they can sit around and have a cup of joe, and I like that. Like me. Besides, I drink more coffee than Shattered Planets. Wish I could shatter planets. I think I'd go insane with that type of power. But I really just love this book. It really is the quintessential of modern day fantasy, what we think of fantasy, of D&D to this day, Dungeons & Dragons, what we think of fantasy is and what it does, and halflings and stuff like that. And on the violence level, it's not that high. There's some things that, like Gandalf kills a great goblin. He's like runs him through with Glamdring. Glamdring? Yeah. Or Kristen Glamdring. Yeah. They find these 2 swords, and yeah, elven swords that kill orcs or goblins. In this book, the term orc hasn't really come up yet, and that's not until Fellowship of the Ring. So many good things. All I can say is, personally, read it for yourself. It's definitely worth the read. It's a fantastic book. You will not be disappointed. There's songs galore, tales, add more depth, and so much great things. It is definitely a classic ring, and I think it's I was talking to my dad about this, and he remembers in high school where it was a prerequisite to, or it was kind of ma- uh, mandatory to read a Hobbit in high school. So I think they do that, even though the book was kind of engineered towards 13 and 14-year-olds. It was a younger readers type audience. Yet the language and writing and skills is so sophisticated. Even so, do I need to bring up that J.R. Tolkien invented a language? Elven, for Christ's sakes. That's dedication. And so many years it took him to write it, and different variations and additions he added onto it. It just the man was truly out of his mind, a genius, because brilliance and insanity is a very thin line, I find, and and there's just so much fun to be had in this book, and that's why so much next review I'm not gonna be as kind as do some people do have foolish nostalgia for this film. Next up, let's go to my next review, The Hobbit 1977 animated film. Oy vey. But, hope you enjoyed, and I hope you liked the pretty pictures. Um, have a good day, and may the force of evil become confused on the way to your house. Goodbye.